Hi, today I would like to talk to you about the longitudinal relations between children's exposure to TV violence and their aggressive and violent behavior in their young adulthood, 1977 to 1992. I am Go Jae-yoon and I'm studying Psychology 1011 in Monash University, and I would like to talk to you about this. So this research is conducted by Roel Huisman, who is a professor in University of Michigan. He has done plenty of research on human aggression and violence in media, and of course he's the head of the aggression research. And this research has been conducted in the 1970s to around 2000. The theoretical background of this research is social cognitive observational learning theory. Sounds complicated, but to be honest, if we break it down, it's pretty easy. Pretty much means he's using the idea of observating people, and through that he learn and get results from it. The aim and goal of this research is to examine the longitudinal relationship between young kids who are exposed to TV violence and their adult aggressive behavior for both boys and girls in the future. So pretty much it's a study of throughout a long period of time where and when they're young, they measure how much TV violence they watch or they know, and then they measure their aggressive behavior when they become an adult. The hypothesis for this research is that the more exposure to violence media during their childhood, around age 6 to 9, grade 1 or 3, the higher the chance of violence that can be conducted in their young adult age, as you can see in those photos. So the participants that were found or recruited for this research is pretty much children, around 560 of them. Most of them are still in their first or third grade, around the age 6 to 10. Since it's a longitudinal research, not much change need to be done, because participants will be needed like 15 years later to record whether any aggressive behavior has happened on them. So not only the kids themselves, but participants' family and their parents also matter. And during the research, the researcher would ask for the parents' economic status, which is whether they're stable for take care of their child or the full family. Aggressiveness, whether they are aggressive themselves. Maybe that's why their kids can be affected. The background, pretty much background, how much TV violence they view. These are the information of the kid. The bottom three are the information for the kid, how much TV violence they view on TV, and how many violent TV characters they know, and then pretty much anything they know about their child, whether they know as aggressive. It will be really good information for the researcher to put into the research. So, just some little information is that here are 4 measures of parenting practices, which may affect the aggressiveness of the child. So rejection of child, nurturance of child, the harsh punishment of child, and mobility orientation. Some of these can be huge causes of why the child become very aggressive. So it might not even be because of the TV usage or watching the TV, it might just be parenting itself. So 2 measures of the TV usage. So TV viewing frequency, which is how many hours a day do you watch TV? And TV violence viewing, which is do you watch violence on TV? So the method is that the children are interviewed in their classroom and they're separate about 10 to 20 per group. And then they would be asked questions about what movies they watch, what TV shows they watch, what characters, aggressive characters they know. Also, peer nomination measures are used in the class, which are pretty much when your friends know whether you have done something wrong or something aggressive, and then they would maybe talk about it because that's what they know about you, and that might be known as aggression, which would be useful information for the researcher. And this children part of the research is conducted around 1970s. So the re-interview, which is conducted around 1992 and 1995, is around when the participants got older, like around their 20s, 15 years later. So about 398 participants participated. However, like 299, which is personal interview, and 99 through phone or email. And the rest were not found. Maybe they moved away or they forgot about this research. And when they get older, the researcher would check their criminal record and violation records to measure their adult aggressive behavior, whether they've done anything that may seem to be aggressive in their young adulthood. So the results of this is that the men scored higher on most questions about serious physical aggression and criminality. To be honest, men play more games than girls, so I guess it's pretty normal that men score higher on these. Even though men score higher doesn't mean women doesn't have any aggression. It's just that women are more indirect aggression, which is verbal. They don't go around and punch people or anything else. So by looking at the number of aggressive TV characters they can identify and how much TV violence they watch, it pretty much produced their adult aggression. So both male and female shown that childhood TV violence viewing does correlate and really significantly with the measures of adult aggression happens 15 years later. Physical aggression happens actually to both sex, male and female, but indirect aggression usually only happens to women. Maybe it's just the way we think. So conclusion, throughout this 15-year research, they found that the children that view TV violence between age 6 to 9 and that have identification with TV characters and the way they think about TV violence they think is realistic, these people are more significantly correlated with their adult aggression, as in they know more of TV violence, TV characters, and they think TV violence is real, and because they believe it's real, it might be the reason why they act aggressive. So the limitations of these could be the contacts of participants. So as I say, this is longitudinal research. 15 years later, not everyone will remember about this research. And then contacts, they might be lost. As I say, contacts of participants might be lost, and then they might not be able to be contacted. Bias, which can be in both parents and young adults, because they might not want to tell the truth of the actual results they get or what they actually think. And environment, surroundings, pretty much if they moved around and then they're affected by their surroundings, the results may be completely different, even though they watched a TV show when they were a kid. So thank you for listening, and